Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Pacers trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Indiana.
Hey, guys, this is an opponent that's given them major problems in each of the first two meetings. Both losses for them this season. So, third time's a charm. We'll see.
I'm not quite sure what they need to do differently, Steve. I know they've devoted a ton of time to film work and trying to figure out ways they can improve and change the result. Not sure what it'll be, but I think it'll be a different approach.
Now Golden State's starting five. Lee is the 4 with Bogut at the 5 beside him. Steph Curry and Thompson manning the backcourt. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. And for the Pacers, the front line, Danny Granger, David West, and Roy Hibbert. Hill and George, they're manning the backcourt.
At the line for one.
You know, the Pacers had that 4 or 5 year stretch where things went south after that brawl in the Palace. But if you look at their team now, the last couple of years, they've really built a strong young core. And it's paid off. They're becoming one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Kicks it to Thompson. The 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. And Steve, you're right about Clark. If you're a Pacer fan, you have to like the direction this team is headed. A lot of talent, Clark, in a lot of spots.
Well, keeping all that talent will be a concern at some point, but right now they are young and have depth, so you can't ask for much more if you're a fan of the team. A lot of promise looking ahead.
Now Hill, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Granger with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Here's West. Hits the jump hook. West has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, that's a solid shot right there, Kevin. I mean, he's one of the better low-post finishers we'll see.
You know, Danny Granger's a guy who gets plenty of recognition for his scoring ability, but I think he brings so much more to the table than that. He rebounds the ball, he defends, he blocks shots, and he can guard multiple positions as well.
Curry can't get it to go. The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
Yeah, their offense struggled for almost that entire game. You know, whenever they did start to put together something during a decent stretch, it just seemed to end just as quickly as it began.
Yeah, but even so, there weren't many of those decent stretches. I mean, talk about being in a rut.
And Danny Granger, a multi-dimensional player, and as you mentioned, Steve, he has a lot of versatility to his game. Clark, you've had a chance to see him firsthand in Indiana. Tell us your thoughts on it.
Well, I've enjoyed watching his growth. He's been better defensively the last 2 seasons. His shot selection has improved. You know, he was the 17th pick back in 2005 and really got on the floor that first year because of his defensive ability. And starting to see some of that come back with a more well-rounded offensive game.
And here's George after the 3-pointer from Stephen Curry. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one's good. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And the shots continue to fall as they try to put this thing away.
Yeah, big run here, and they've got their opponents in the rearview mirror.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done. Playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors. They're tied right now.
You know, there have been rumblings, guys, that the Warriors are looking at a return to San Francisco, maybe building a new stadium across the bay. But we'll see how that goes. That's a very difficult thing to do these days to secure the finances necessary and permits through the city. So we'll see what ends up happening. But either way, we know the Warriors will remain extremely popular in the Bay Area.
Here's Curry after David West's bucket. Curry can't get it to go.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on.
Wow, what a throwdown! That athletic play. Incredible.
Nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. That was just mean right there. Well, you look at Mark Jackson, I think he's got a ton of potential as a head coach. He was a great point guard in this league, one of the all-time leading assist makers in NBA history, and a really good person. Has wonderful feel for people, good communicator. He's got a chance to be really good.
Some changes for Indiana. Jeff Pendergraft's checking in for Hibbert. Hansbrough comes in for David West. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul George. Different look here for the Warriors. Carl Landry's checked in for Bogut. Jefferson comes in for Barnes. Brandon Rush has checked in for Klay Thompson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Steph Curry.
And I think his strength, Kevin, is his ability to deliver in catch-and-shoot situations. He's very reliable in that regard, so that gives the offense some flow.
That's true. And his spectacular shot block is something else to look for, especially recovering on the break. He can run you down and send it away in a heartbeat.
And Steve, you talked about Mark Jackson's potential as a coach. New to the profession, but a long-time playing career as a point guard. He was a leader, certainly, and recognizes that. And, how do you think he'll be, as he continues on? Think he'll be successful?
I do, Kevin. He communicates well. We talked about it, the fact that he was a broadcaster. Obviously speaks well and is funny, and I think that's important as a coach. He's also very demanding. He knows.
Oh,
ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
A lot of points for them here early in the first quarter. I mean, this could get ugly.
Yeah, they sure could. They're on quite a pace right now, and judging by their lead, this game could get out of hand in a hurry.
And the basket good.
And the long ball really falling for them early.
And they're riding some really hot shooting. I mean, they're running ahead right now in this one.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Warriors ahead, leading by 17. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Steph Curry's out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's Bogut. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Landry in at the power forward. Curry, good.
Well, you love Steph Curry because of his versatility offensively. He's one of the best shooters in the league. Also a brilliant passer. He's small. He's not a guy who's going to overpower you with his physical attributes, but an incredibly bright basketball player with great skills. Well, it didn't take long to get those 3 points back.
Nope, an immediate answer right there. Right back at you.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Bogut kicks to Curry. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got 24.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game. Really playing well offensively.
Timeout call for Pacers.
I look at Steph Curry and I think he's a good passer, certainly a point guard at the NBA level. But boy, if you could put a few more inches on him, stretch him out to 6'6", he'd be an ideal no-brainer shooting guard. He's got as sweet a shooting stroke as there is, and he sees the game well too. I think he's an elite talent as long as he's healthy.